Tonight on CTV News at 5.
The climate's changing. Water's getting warmer. We're seeing a lot of increased erosion.
Ocean Week Canada, Maritimers deep dive into ocean appreciation and awareness.
The world that we live in right now, knowing that all these people are getting together for one common theme, which is being there for our children.
And that's a wrap. This year's IWK Telethon for Children is a record breaker.
Partly cloudy and still chilly for the region tonight. Frost advisories in place for eastern Nova Scotia.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Panopalis. Thank you for joining us. First at 5 tonight, Ocean Week Canada. The annual Coast to Coast to Coast celebration is on and offers an opportunity to dive into ocean awareness, from amazing marine life to tidal power and coastal conservation. As CTV's Ryan McDonald shows us, organizers hope Maritimers go deep to understand our blue backyard. Ryan.
Well, Maria, I'm here at the Port of Iona. It's about an hour outside of Sydney, and the water you see behind me, it is not, in fact, the ocean. It is actually the Bredor Lake. But the folks here are taking the issue of marine stewardship just as seriously, especially this week. If today's youth are the next caretakers of marine environments, several of them are here in Iona, Nova Scotia this week, getting their feet wet when it comes to learning about how they might make a difference.
Get a conversation going on about climate change in the Bredor Lakes.
Eva Carmichael is from British Columbia. She has made it from the west coast of Canada to the east coast thanks to a grant through the Ocean Frontier Institute. Having lived near the Pacific and now the Atlantic, she has seen plenty about how our oceans are changing.
Water's getting warmer. We're seeing a lot of increased erosion, especially in coastal communities.
There's a lot of creatures in the lake that you don't find anywhere else until South Carolina.
Here at the Arish Namera Cultural Centre, which means House of the Sea in Gaelic, a lot of their focus during this Ocean Week Canada is on the unique marine biosphere which has made the Bredor Lake a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Researchers can come and study here, and because of the location, they can do research about the lake, and they're not out on the ocean because it mimics it so much.
Here in Halifax, that relationship that we have to the ocean is really explicit.
In the provincial capital of Canada's Ocean Playground, there are 10 days of waterfront events on tap, capped off by World Oceans Day festivities on June the 8th.
But sometimes I think people forget that the ocean is everything. It supplies us with oxygen, with food, with livelihood, and it connects us all around the world.
As for what the younger generation here hopes for when it comes to their waters decades from now,
I hope that I can still be swimming in clean waters, and that we still have access to clean drinking water.
And Maria, there will be activities here at the Port of Iona all week leading up into the finale this coming weekend, which I'm told will be highlighted with a visit by the BC Environmental Film Festival. Now, I'm told they are making only 4 stops across the entire country, one in Victoria, BC, as well as Ottawa and Toronto, with the final one being here in Little Iona, Nova Scotia. Perhaps a testament to the uniqueness of the marine biodiversity and the ecosystem here in the Bredor Lake, and the dedication of the folks on the ground here in Iona. Maria.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Ryan. CTV's Ryan McDonald for us in Iona, Nova Scotia. All right, let's head over to the anchor desk now, where Todd Battis is standing by. Todd, we're a little bleary-eyed today. You had a long day yesterday, but so wonderful and so satisfying. A record-breaking day.
Maria, I came in, I sat at the desk, I was looking for you.
Yeah, I know. Got so used to sitting next to you.
Sitting next to you for 8 hours. What a great show.
Amazing. Yeah.
What a great response, right? Yeah. From our viewers, Maritimers in general. $9.1 million. I know Amazing. You've got a story coming up that talks about it all, but it was a real pleasure to do that and to talk to those wonderful people who donate their time to come in and answer the phones for us. And
answer the call for help.
Yeah,
too,
and the word inspiring gets thrown around a lot, but it really is.
Yeah, I have to agree. Yeah, it was an absolute pleasure. Until next year. Can't wait.
That's right. Yep, and it'll come fast, as we know, right?
It sure will.
Yeah.
It sure will.
Coming up at 6 o'clock tonight, and we talked about this at the telethon, and we know times are tough. People gave what they could anyway. And here's an example of that. Food banks are becoming a fact of life for many across the region as the cost of just about everything goes up. An annual report on poverty shows maritime provinces, well, they are lagging somewhat, and it's reflected in the marks that were given in that report card. And we will have those details for you at 6 o'clock. A plan released by the New Brunswick government today is expected to deal with improving literacy and math skills in both Anglophone and Francophone schools throughout the province. The plan also focuses on improving student supports and staffing challenges, along with, and this is getting a lot of attention, the introduction of artificial intelligence in the classroom. We'll find out what the province intends to do with that in your newscast. Also tonight, the mayor of Grand Falls, New Brunswick, is worried after a landslide damaged a store in the community. No one was hurt, but the store, you can see a little of the damage there. The store is roped off. People are being told to stay away. There are concerns about other buildings due to erosion. It's something we've reported on in the past. Nick Moore is in the community. We will have details for you at 6. A bit of a spring warm-up in the Maritimes, and we're happy to see it. Kaylee Mitchell is in the Weather Center with some bigger numbers than we've seen in a few days.
I mean, after the month of May ended so chilly in the region, we were due to start to see temperatures recover a little bit. It began a little bit to recover for parts of the Maritimes today. Not everybody yet, but we do have some warmer June days ahead of us as we make our way throughout this week. New Brunswick did a little bit better today. At this hour, temperatures in that province mostly in the high teens and low 20s, a little bit cooler for some coastal areas, including around the Bay of Fundy coastline in New Brunswick. Prince Edward Island, still a little bit cool. Temperatures right now, low teens. Same thing goes for parts of the east of Nova Scotia. High single digits, low teens there. The remainder of Nova Scotia with temperatures at this hour mostly in the low to mid-teens. Taking a look at the winds, light, a little bit variable in direction. Not much going on as far as wind gusts go. A few between 30-40 kilometers per hour around spots in Cape Breton. That's about it. Over on radar and satellite, we do have some scattered showers with a few small thunderstorms in place around northern areas of New Brunswick. Any thunderstorms within those showers will be coming to an end as we make our way through this evening, but there will be other parts of the Maritimes to get into a chance of showers for tonight, and then a further chance of some showers for tomorrow. Speaking of tonight, it is still going to be chilly in the east of Nova Scotia, and we do have some frost advisories in effect. Low-lying regions can expect to get into some low temperatures tonight between around 0 and 4 degrees. Hopefully, this will be the last of the frost advisories we see for a while. As I mentioned, we do have some warmer temperatures ahead of us this week. I'll talk more about that a little bit later on. Maria.
We're counting on it. Thank you, Kayla. And right now, though, over the weekend, participants ran and walked in a dozen cities across Canada to raise awareness and support for women who live with a painful and inflammatory disease. The Run to End Endo took place over the weekend in Dartmouth. Close to 80 registered participants gathered at Grahams Grove Park near Lake Bannock to walk or run the 5-kilometer course. The event helps raise funds and generate open discussion about endometriosis that affects more than 2 million Canadian women.
So these people that are going through these symptoms every single day and these lifelong struggles, coming together to connect with one another, to learn local tips and tricks to manage their symptoms has just been huge. So it's such an important connection for our community today.
Nice to see all that support. This is the second year for the Dartmouth Run. Events will take place across Canada from now until mid-June. Last year, more than $100,000 was raised nationwide. Well done. All right, time for our first break here on CTV News at 5. Still ahead, find out how to win 4 VIP weekend passes to the Cavendish Beach Music Festival this July. We've got the details a little later. And after the break, we'll unleash this story.
And we just have a bunch of people bring their dogs out and we go for a little walk.
Well, tails were a wagon at this annual outing. We'll take you to the Wiener Walk next. So they're often called hot dogs or wiener dogs, but whatever you call them, they're pretty popular and pretty cute. Over the weekend, the Atlantic Canadian Dachshund Rescue got together for their spring walk. CTV's Carl Pomeroy takes us to the Wiener Walk.
Today we're doing what's called a wiener walk. So we get together usually bi-weekly during the summer from May until October. And we just have a bunch of people bring their dogs out and we go for a little walk. The Atlantic Canadian Dachshund Rescue, we are throughout New Brunswick, PEI, Nova Scotia, and Newfoundland. What we do is we rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome dachshund in need from whatever situation that they come from.
Oh my gosh,
I'm called the Pied Piper of the wiener dogs, or the wiener whisperer. I want to meet them all when they come in, whether it's the wiener walks. That I'm a little selfish that way. I want to meet them all.
He loves going underneath the couch.
Stealing shoes?
Stealing shoes and socks. And he's got a little attitude himself.
They're Velcro dogs, all the loving.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best.
He's got two, he's got one.
They are opinionated, loving, caring, the sweetest little things. Quirks, there's too many to even list. I can't. One thing about them that's great, they're loyal. I've had many of my own. I have fostered. The change that they make in your life is unreal. Like I said, they're so loyal and loving, and they almost offer therapy in a sense. They are just such a sweet little dog. So just being able to be a dachshund owner is something that is unique all on its own, and so loving and caring, and the best thing ever.
Thank you. The best thing ever. Very sweet. It looks like everyone had a great time, and it looks like the weather cooperated for them, Kaylin.
I noticed a number of those little dogs all done up in their jackets and sweaters, though.
Yeah.
Kind of needed equipment this past weekend as temperatures were unusually chilly for the end of May. Today, a little bit better for parts of the region. Sunnier conditions for a good portion of the Maritimes. So we look out here at Grand Lake in Nova Scotia. We do have a warm-up ahead of us this week, and I'll have more in the forecast coming up after break.
Welcome back. We have got a great new contest to tell you about. CTV and Bell want to send you and 3 friends to the Cavendish Beach Music Festival. Some of the biggest names in country are headed to PEI from July 9th through to the 11th, including Hardy, Tucker Wetmore, and Cody Johnson. One lucky viewer will win the Cabby Beach Bundle, a prize package that includes 4 VIP weekend passes, a backstage tour, accommodations, spending money, and more. To enter, go to ctvatlantic.ca and follow the contest prompts, or scan the QR code on your screen right now. You can enter once per day until Saturday at 5. The winner will be announced on June 12th. Kaylin, come on, summer.
That's right. I mean, surely by July we'll have some beach weather in the forecast, I'm sure.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, a little bit coming up a little bit later on this week, in fact. I think a lot of people are looking forward to some warmer days after we did have a chilly stretch.
Don't lie to me, Kaylin.
Yeah, I'm not. It finished with some snow in parts of Cape Breton at the end of last week. We're looking across, speaking of Cape Breton, we're looking across the Barra Strait here at the village of Iona. Ryan was earlier. See blue waters there. Probably want the temperatures to come up a little bit. Still a little bit cool in parts of Cape Breton for today. The high temperatures topped out around the high single digits and the low teens. Taking a look at our weather systems map, barometric pressure about middle of the road right now. But there is a little trough of low pressure coming down through the north of New Brunswick, bringing some scattered showers to that part of the Maritimes now. There's been a few small, very brief thunderstorms within those showers. That trough is going to slide or sink a little bit further south into the Maritimes as we make our way through tonight. So it'll be bringing a chance to have showers to other areas of New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and even during the overnight hours to north and eastern areas of Nova Scotia. And that trough's going to be around during the day for tomorrow, and it's going to be bringing some scattered showers to the Maritimes. Once again, in the afternoon and evening, a risk of a few small thunderstorms. There's that shower activity showing up on radar right now. You can see a few brief lightning strikes every once in a while popping up with it. If there are any thunderstorms that do develop within those showers for both this evening and tomorrow, the risk would be lightning and maybe the potential for some small hail. Taking a look at our timeline for cloud cover and precipitation, the risk of a thunderstorm with those showers does diminish as we make our way through this evening, but a chance of those showers coming down to the south of New Brunswick, across parts of Prince Edward Island for tonight, and then overnight towards north and eastern areas of Nova Scotia. Start of the day for tomorrow, I'd expect there'll be a few showers around parts of the North Shore, Inverness County and Cape Breton, even a chance of showers Prince Edward Island, southeast New Brunswick, in around the Minas Basin of Nova Scotia, northern parts of the Annapolis Valley. And then for Tuesday afternoon, there's scattered showers showing up here in through the greens for much of the Maritimes. Risk of a thunderstorm with those. It should be a bit more of a mix of sun and cloud, just a mix of sun and cloud cloud for northern areas of New Brunswick. There's a risk of some isolated thunderstorms in the forecast for Tuesday, so it covers the south of New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and the province of Nova Scotia. Winds in the forecast for tonight will be pretty light, and then tomorrow's winds pick up to become a little bit breezy in the afternoon. Mostly out of the north for the province of New Brunswick, sustained 10 to 20 kilometers per hour with gusts between 20 and 40. And for at least the first part of the day for Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia, mostly out of the south and southwest. And again, there could be some gusts between 20 and 40 kilometers per hour. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight for a good portion of the Maritime. Still brisk, falling down to around the mid-single digits, except chillier than that for parts of the east of Nova Scotia, where we have those frost advisories in effect there. Some of the low temperatures falling between 0 and 4 degrees. Highs in the forecast for Tuesday. In New Brunswick, some high temperatures getting up to the high teens and low 20s. It'll be in the range of around 12 to 16 degrees tomorrow for Prince Edward Island, and high temperatures for Nova Scotia, 12 to 15 in the east of the province, and then the remainder of Nova Scotia with high temperatures between 14 and 18 degrees. Temperatures, though, will take another step up on Wednesday, which is going to feature either mainly sunny conditions or a fair weather mix of sun and cloud, depending on what part of the Maritimes you're in. Coastal temperatures around the mid to high teens, but areas away from the coast, high teens, low 20s, might even be some mid to high 20s in western areas of New Brunswick. And then temperatures really take a step up for the region on Thursday of this week. A lot of high temperatures, high 20s, low 30s for New Brunswick, and a lot of high temperatures right around the mid 20s for parts of Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. All right, let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from 5-year-old Galeona Beals from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. And Galeona sent us a drawing of Nana and Papa lobster fishing on a calm, sunny weather day. Thank you so much. That's a great drawing. Weather watchers can come in anytime to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you very much, Kaylin. So the 11th annual CaperCon took over Centre 200 in Sydney over the weekend. As CTV's Ryan McDonald shows us in true superhero fashion, participants came together for a good time and a good cause.
On May 30th, 1993, the Cape Breton Oilers won the American Hockey League's Calder Cup in this building. 33 years later, though, Sydney's Centre 200 was taken over by the 11th annual CaperCon.
I made this character myself, and I made the costume.
This participant, who identified themselves only as a spotted hyena, said it took about a month to make this costume, not to mention about $400 worth of supplies. This weekend, though, all of that effort was worth it.
I was just looking forward to all the different people I could meet. I met this one here as well through wearing these costumes and enjoying this interest, and it just brought me a lot of joy.
We've been probably coming here for about 10 years or so.
For some of the vendors, this is their biggest weekend of the year.
We don't do better at any other show than we do here. We always put on a show. We come in costume.
This is like a gathering of like-minded people and just nerds.
And if they haven't quite conquered the world, they have at least taken over the floor of this 5,000-seat arena. Organizers say more than 2,000 people came through the doors between Friday and Sunday, and even this guy can get behind the idea of supporting local.
We love supporting all kinds of local artists and writers.
And of course, there were actual comic books too. And like any true superheroes, these characters are doing some good in their community while they are at all of this.
I mean, just for Horizon Achievement, that raffle draw, we've already raised $1,500 for it.
So while it may be true that not all heroes wear capes, at least some of them here at CaperCon 2026 wore costumes.
And are you responsible for the deaths of any lions of the Lion King?
I assure you I am not.
Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
Thank you, Ryan. Time for a final break here on CTV News at 5, but first a preview of our next story.
I'm Brianne Foley in Halifax, and another historic weekend for the IWK Telethon proves Maritimers' generosity. That story coming up tonight on CTV News at 5.
Welcome back. So the IWK's 42nd telethon was another record breaker. CTV's Brianne Foley has a wrap from the fabulous weekend of philanthropy and fun.
Whoa! There it is. It's $9,110,219.34.
Seeing it in person was heartwarming in you know, the world that we live in right now, knowing that all these people are getting together for one common theme, which is being there for our children.
Another record-breaking year for the IWK Telethon.
The results were incredible. I mean, we live in a great part of the world. We really do. And we're just so grateful.
You can't discount maritime generosity. Like, Maritimers step up year after year.
With familiar faces making their way back on TV.
Go Jason! Go Jason!
And some new faces, too.
Kelly's here, everybody. Yeah.
Steve, I'm great. The impacts from the telethon continue to support Maritimers.
He goes to the hospital. It's usually trying times for it. It's not always just little appointments, but seeing that all these people and what can happen when a big group is supporting children, even through these hard times. I think that was really important for her to see.
Through the power of telling the stories, through the patients, right? The generosity is just, I don't have words.
And the generosity continues to shine through the annual tradition.
It has a lot to do with the IWK and the work that's being done there. It's important, and it's valued by Maritimers, so I think that also has a lot to do with it. And humbly, maybe it has a little bit to do with CTV Atlantic's connection to Maritimers as well.
Every year it just keeps getting better, but particularly this year, the two teams come together as one, and we just, you know, it was flawless. Like, it was unbelievable.
Proof that Maritimers pushed up and stepped up once again for the region's children. Brianne Foley, CTV News, Halifax.
That was my favorite moment there. Jay and the crew doing push-ups, and wow, you guys really came through.
Yeah.
Honestly, 9.1 million, that is just like baffling and so wonderful and so necessary to keep that hospital at the top of its game. We're so lucky to have it in our region.
It's an unbelievable cause, an unbelievable event. I know it's such a highlight for us here in the studio every year, so thank you to everybody watched the program, made a donation, all that hard work that was done by all those businesses across Atlantic Canada in raising funds for the IWK throughout the year.
And to the IWK Foundation, who we all kind of feel like one staff, CTV and the IWK Foundation at one point. Yeah. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Honor your pledges and have a great night. The national news is next.